Now, Chairman, Wuntumi issues, so social media, but we say a kind of developing story. Every now and then, there's a different part of showcasing on social media. Many were of the view say Chairman Wuntumi was jailed 20 years in prison because of illegal mining. But no question say it has nothing to do with illegal mining. But the truth of the whole matter no, and person made it abroad. Now, for instance, couple of videos are magada, I be boa, ama wonti ase be payo. And a person made it bro. It's message they want say, Oba Scrum a page, you know me, I don't want to send me up to be answer on sa able to me. I can able on 20th of July. And information about Tom Montes say, Chairman Wuntumi Accra High Court Atanase. Actually, same woman say he deserves 20 years of imprisonment with hard labor. Nsawam. Now, just the following day, who say, Chairman Wuntumi could pay Nsawam. I will first here observe the sentence term. Now, on 27th of May 2025, Chairman Wuntumi issue we started with Yoko. Inti Wuntumi who say, the issue no say enche crampono almost 1 year there. A bedi will court one because on lawyer are caught up and down, sir. Now, and I'm no say, what could pay Nsawam? I will first say observe the 20-year sentence. Na manfo di hun komo na over social media and komo na air cost no enye one way. Epi many out the view say he was not treated fairly because judgment na buy no na judge no should need proper evidence obejina so no they jail no. The judgment na buy no omo say it has something to do with politics and maybe it was politically motivated and na amini wo ekase Mr. Paul Adomochiri Abedin Komo, I will show some couple of videos now. In Paul Adomochiri's submission, Ochem say, there is one guy, a friend Henry Okum, our chairman, Wuntumi boy. Now, according to Paul Adomochiri, Ochem say, Sama Wuntumi aye mining was summer boy assassination for years. Into this time around, or the ama Henry Okumi say, Konya reclamation was just say, Uncle Debia in near was assassination, send a buyer assassinate Betimia regaining now who are then back. Send a canonet here into Mudu Bianama was in the course of time on assassin, I heal and I say, I restored. Abra Henry Okumi Juma assassination, and you discover, I say, son or ye illegal mining, also. But Sir Henry Okumi so, the one dance, say, Chairman Wuntumi a man the quite say only illegal mining was so. But with Paul Adomochiri Ochem say I'm passing Chairman Wuntumi a man the quite say only illegal mining now. He could have added document to it. Just say Chairman Wuntumi and the assassin man Henry Okum say only illegal mining. But this situation here and say Chairman Wuntumi a man with any document. Name just the word of mouth. Into Mukopio more cotton. Chairman Wuntumi Ebonin Crow say, as a matter of fact, Osuma Henry Okumuni say, Uncle no konya reclamation. Was a so Odia Dania, that is all that he knows. So Odia Kube, was so now of a true person. Udru some boy assassin so ye Debia Kube was so no chese no na Chairman Wuntumi chene say onye. But in commodity so cost behind the scene, ye chem say Jumanas Chairman Wuntumi de ma branch no one found Sikebia mano. Say oh chianika intino or chese Chairman Wuntumi catch and say only illegal mining was so now Bob was his canano and fintia on one hawker. Mr. Sanse make or dancing a man for so what the view say there are other people may NDC for almost have been caught in the Galamsey issue for about a year now. Case yen the and amount for Ebisa say, see, I'm passe a buying way up for resetting, ne amount for my young phone swono, on Presodo Mufa Emrakwanso. I didn't know more among Crawford there, or much me for Mufa Emrakwanso, and Nona, Deputy Attorney General Abedin Komo in the person of Mr. Justice Frames Edin Komo say, it takes time to do investigations into to investigate or to prosecute this people. He needs more time. We should give him time to go deeper into those issues. And pardon what you say. I think now ultimately less than 1 year. I investigated Chairman Wuntumi case a sentence saying 20 years. I brought more for Omunya enough time and investigate Omoye Ebusia in Semono acquire a developing story a moon semono I be Miss Sovereign Yankuni Quitinia Paul Adomochiri Edema Yenedi.
This is Justice Srem side, the prosecutor. This is Henry Okun, who is Wuntumi's person. He works with Wuntumi, and he became the star witness for the prosecution. Without Justice Henry Okun, the prosecution apparently did not find sufficient evidence. So they spoke to Henry Okun, as some lawyers have been criticizing the Dominic Ayine regime, that most of the things they do is that when they find 5 people, they tell one person that, don't worry, we'll leave you. Can you say it? And then they tell them to say certain things as people speculate. And sometimes if you put people in that kind of situation, the unfairness and the injustice arising out of that is that the person is being told that say A so that you will be free. The person knows that the prosecution wants to achieve a certain end. So he might not just say A, but he might add B, he might add C, he might add D. Now, in the specific case of this matter, this man Henry Okun says that the Akonta mining lease that Wuntumi obtained legitimately way before Akufo-Addo became president, the Akonta mining lease that was obtained for the Nsawam boy place, you know, there was a time that I used to chat to Wuntumi, I call him Nsawam boy, because he told me that he's gotten something in Nsawam boy, but he doesn't even go there, blah, 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 conversations we used to have. So I call him Nsawam. I just like the name of the place. The Nsawam boy, is that the correct pronunciation? Please correct me, those from Western region. Nsawam boy place, he says that Wuntumi gave him a license, as it were. You hold that there, I'll come to that. And Wuntumi gave him a license to go and do galamsey there. So Henry Okun admits to the court that he, Henry Okun, performed the galamsey. And he performed the galamsey, which is illegal mining. He performed the galamsey because Enchibo Siaku told him to go and perform the galamsey and gave him his license. The relationship between the license from one person to the other in legal terms is called an assignment. Now, the law requires, it's trite, and the law requires it, that an assignment ought to be documented. So the Attorney General should have been getting from Henry Okun a document that says Wuntumi has assigned this to you as a license. No such document existed. Do you give license by word of mouth, and that can be relied upon in a criminal prosecution? And Wuntumi denied it, that he has not given him license to go and mine. He told him that he can go to his mine as Nsawam boy and plant coconut trees because they were trying to reclaim the land and trying to do afforestation. The document suggests from the court that the coconut trees were actually planted. But Okun says that in addition to the coconut trees, Wuntumi gave him a license to go and mine galamsey. Wuntumi says, I didn't tell you to go and mine galamsey. So Henry Okun, who doesn't have a document to show that Wuntumi assigned it to him, number one, in fact, that should have collapsed his case in any case, because the establishment of reasonable doubt has been completely overturned. If Henry Okun is not able to show a license document, you don't say that Fred Manso told me that he has leased his house to me in Abelempe, so I went to stay in his 4-bedroom house because he told me that he has leased it. There was no document of the lease. That should not stand in any criminal court. It shouldn't. So this guy, the other part of the matter is that this Henry Okun has actually admitted to performing galamsey. He performed galamsey, but he's free. Wuntumi is not being charged for performing galamsey. He is being charged for illegally giving his license out to another by an assignment which does not exist on paper. My goodness, this is very interesting. Wuntumi is being jailed for 20 years because it is said that he gave an assignment to Henry Okun for Henry Okun to go and perform galamsey. Henry Okun has admitted before the court that he performed galamsey. But tonight, Henry Okun, who performed galamsey and destroyed our water bodies and has admitted it, is free. And Wuntumi is in jail for 20 years because the court has believed Henry Okun, and Wuntumi says, I didn't give you anything. So Wuntumi's word has not been taken, and that is where people are concerned about the threshold of whether this was established beyond reasonable doubt. This is the matter. Fair, simple, and square. This is the matter. Henry Okun is free. He has destroyed our water bodies. He has given our children kidney problems. He has given our food poison. He has given poison to the people of Samaboy. But because he was able to say that it was Chairman Wuntumi who gave me the verbal license, Henry Okun is free. He is actually the criminal. But he is protected because he spoke against Chairman Wuntumi, who is the owner of the license. This is the matter. This is all. This is the matter. And we are dealing with a situation that's a proof beyond reasonable doubt. Proof beyond reasonable doubt. Is that how to prove? Henry Okun has done galamsey. That's why we didn't want to put his photograph, because we're going to explain this, but I know some people are getting angry that the Henry Okun guy, where is he? Henry Okun is gone. Perhaps he's left the country. But he told the court that he, Henry Okun, not just him, he and his assignees, they performed galamsey as Saman boy. They have admitted to the crime. The offense that is killing children, the offense that is destroying our food, the offense that is destroying our environment, that we all talk about it. Minerals Commission has not said anything about it. Minerals Commission should be very angry. Kenneth Ashigbe should be angry with Henry Okun. But they are all happy that Wuntumi is gone to jail for 20 years. Minerals Commission, Ghana Bar Association, Justice and Magistrates Organization. They have seen in Ghana where somebody has admitted to galamsey and he's walking free. And the person that he alleges told him to go and do galamsey is in jail for 20 years. Abanga and one of my greatest friends, Joseph Yamin. I like Yamin because he's very straightforward. I like straightforward people. Just tell me what it is. What you see is what you get. You know, blockbuster. You know, lock, stock, and barrel. I love Yamin. You know, he comes in with it heavy, lock, stock, and barrel. You get what you see is what you get. The Kumasi guy is my man. Why am I putting their photographs here? I'd like you to watch Dominic Ayeni, the learned Attorney General, speaking about these two men. Have a listen.
Two people who are politically exposed to the Economic and Organized Crime Office for investigation. These were the Honorable Yamin and Abanga, who is a third national vice chairman, one of the vice chairmen of our party. When we did the referral, it was upon intelligence that we got that was sent to both myself and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. But after we did, some petitions came from small-scale miners to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, then complicating the investigations. And so, as we speak, an investigative report is yet to be made to my office, because those small-scale miners also brought their petitions that had allegations against the two persons who were referred.
This was a long time ago, viewers, up till today. Today I saw Justice Shremsai put something on social media and said that investigations take time, and this is people against whom petition has been made that they are doing galamsey. And the Attorney General, here you are, Justice Shremsai says, investigations take time. Deputy Attorney General asked for patience in outcome of Iyoko's probe of NDC executives allegedly involved in galamsey. That was, this is 21st July today, and the press conference is long ago. Let me look at the statement of the press conference, and let's see what Dominic Ayeni was telling us. Well, first, the press conference is dated 15th July 2025. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's more than a year. It's been more than 1 year. The Attorney General, Iyoko, BNI, and there's not NIB, Iyoko, BNI, CID, Lydia Donko, the CID policewoman, the Attorney General's Department, the State's National Security. It's been 1 full year. They have not finished the investigation of Joseph Yamin and Abanga. Upon receiving petitions from very bold people, because you have to be bold to send a petition about an NDC high-profile person like that as a vice chairman of the party to the Attorney General. The Attorney General hosts a public press conference and says that because Ghanaians were worried that after the NPP have been voted out of government, Galamsey is still going on. You told us that it's the NPP. Now the Galamsey is still going on. Why can't you crack the whip? You can't crack the whip because it's your own party people. And those sentiments were growing. And because those sentiments were growing, the learned Attorney General could not do much but to tell the press that in fact those sentiments are correct. We have actually received petitions on Joseph Yamin and Abanga. But it's been 1 year. Deputy Attorney General is still asking for more time. This is the danger of what we are doing. Another Attorney General comes and within 2 weeks he'll finish the investigation and say that I finished the investigation. I have evidence. He may not have evidence, but he is doing reprisals because of the way we are setting our political system. Fenyo Markin said something recently. He said that the reprisals have been happening. He will not say that MPP didn't do some, but can't we have an end to it? Can we have an end to it? Listen to what the Attorney General wrote to the Ghanaian public. It is on the letterhead of the Attorney General and is directed to the Executive Director of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, and it's as follows. He says, Dear Executive Director, directive to investigate allegations of illegal mining activities by named individuals. I write to direct your esteemed office to initiate investigations into suspected illegal mining activities being perpetrated by certain individuals within mining districts in the country. This directive is born out of growing public concern, corroborated by media reports and intelligence regarding the involvement of some citizens in unauthorized mining operations, generally called Galamsey. They are in blatant contravention of the provisions of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, as amended by Act 995. These activities not only flout our mining regulations, but also gravely endanger our water bodies, forest reserves, and local livelihoods. As your office is aware, HE President has consistently reiterated his government's firm commitment to eradicate illegal mining and restoring sanity to the natural resource governance regime in Ghana. In line with this national stance and pursuant to your mandate under YOCO Act 2010, Act 804, I am directing your office to invite the following persons named in recent credible reports for interrogation, namely Mr. Yakubu Abanga and Mr. Joseph Yamin. Additionally, you are to investigate any other person found to be complicit in these unlawful mining activities. The scope of this investigation should include the matters highlighted in the Professor Frimpong Boateng's report on illegal mining. Furthermore, considering the regulatory oversight role of the Minerals Commission, you may invite the Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission to assist in the investigation. I trust that Iyoko will treat this matter with the urgency. Viewers, listen, he said urgency and gravity that it deserves in order to uphold the rule of law and to ensure the integrity of our extractive governance framework. Yours in the service of the Republic, Dominic Ayeni. Signed. 1 year. 12 calendar months. Iyoko, Minerals Commission. They have arrested Abu Trika and sent him to America. He's going to go to jail, I guess. I hope not. But he probably would end up in jail. In that period, they have arrested Kofi Boat. In that period, they took Shatawale's Lamborghini. In that period, they have arrested and arrested and arrested. In that period, they have arrested TikTok people. In that 1 year, they have arrested everybody. But they are yet to arrest the people about whom the Attorney General said is urgent. Joseph Yamin and Abanga, high-profile party officers. Is that what we should be doing? But Wuntumi, who was not criticized of illegal mining, but it was said that he had asked somebody. Wuntumi says, I didn't ask the person to do anything. All the cross-examination, re-examination, the examinations in chief in the court testified to the fact that Chairman Wuntumi was adamant that he has not asked him to do anything. The guy says, Wuntumi asked. Wuntumi says, I have not asked you to do anything. So it's Wuntumi's word against his word. The court believed the guy. Is that beyond reasonable doubt? If one person says something, another person is challenging it. Where is the corroboration? And even if you have corroboration, is that 100% proof? And on top of that, the person who confessed to the court that he actually performed the illegal activity described by the Attorney General in the letter to Yoko as destroying our water bodies, and that the president is committed to this and committed to that, that person goes away free. And Wuntumi goes to jail for 20 years. Hey, what shall we say to these things? If you read Romans 30, Romans 30 verse 31, I believe, it says, what shall we say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? If God be for us, who can be against us? I think this is very unfair, really unfair, and I sincerely hope that the defense lawyers will put it together, and also hope that something will rise to the occasion. Something has to give and rise to the occasion, not because of Wuntumi, but because, as Alex Egbefia said, the only thing we have is the justice delivery system. Because the way you want it to be applied to you, you should apply it to the person. If Akufo-Addo had thought differently and demons had entered his head, Jachi Kwesi would be in prison today. And Wuntumi would have gone to prison and see Jachi Kwesi over there. But democracy prevailed. Jachi Kwesi is a deputy foreign minister, passed by Parliament's Appointments Committee. Great news. Good news. How do we want to proceed? How shall we proceed?
When information are trending on social media this year, no so comment or message. So I don't chebia will be and comment section where you're there. Chewa you knew how was 5G and for any subscribe my page name me had the man so me upload na unsabit maka.